All right, here we go, guys. Welcome to Equipped Indoors. This is a quick live video. I'm seeing that you guys should be joining in here any minute. So I'm pretty excited. Holtz Brooks reached out to us. They saw that we were going to be at an upcoming trade show. And they reached out and I was like, heck yeah, we want to talk to you. And I'm really excited because at the moment when they reached out, really hard to get a hold of any decent axes. Husqvarnas, Holtefors, all that stuff. Wetterlings, they were just hard to find, crazy expensive. The Husqvarna, actually this one that I have, I've been using this one for a while, 26 inch. I could only find this like one place online. It was like 270 bucks. I just checked again on Amazon and it looks like they've got them back in stock at 89 bucks. That's still 20 or 30 over where they were. Really good for the money, but anyway, I'm gonna do an unboxing with you. I was gonna do it myself, but I figured several of you would wanna see it because this is a new entry to the US market. So, this is how it came. Now, what they were trying to do with the Agdor models, that's A-G-D-O-R, is it's basically an economy model. It's still really good. It's still forged and all of that stuff, still good steel. But it's an economy model that they're bringing into the United States for the first time. And they're trying to clean up their product lines is what they were explaining to me. They had lots of kind of disparate brands in different areas. So without further ado, let's look at this thing. All right. They said one of the ways that obviously they were able to keep expenses down was to save on packaging. So let's see how this looks. So we got the ends. Where's the, okay. And sorry, I apologize. I'm not going to be able to see comments right now. I got to shoot this quick because I got to run somewhere. And then I'm only doing it on my phone too. So hopefully you can hear me all right. If you can't, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to see your comments after the fact. All right. Okay, this is what it looks like. Paper in a box. You've seen this before. I'm excited about this one, guys. All right. I'll pick all that up in a minute. Okay. That's what she looks like when you open it up. Just like that. Now this is supposed to be a 26-inch model, American felling axe pattern. So there's what she looks like. That's actually kind of a cool sheath. It's got the kind of drawstring effect there. It is leather. You can feel that that's natural leather, thick grain. This is supposed to be American hickory handle. Now let's actually, so this is my Husqvarna, I think. No, these are my Wetterlings. So my Wetterlings, we'll put that there for comparison. My Husqvarna that I put a lot of love on. You can see all the dirt in there. So let's compare these. These are 3 Swedish axes. And honestly, I don't even know. I haven't looked into it for a while, but I don't even know if Wetterlings is still in business. No, I think they might have sold. I'd have to check it out. All right, so let's take this guy off. So it's the drawstring. Okay. So from a measurement standpoint, Husqvarna is 26.5. My Wetterlings is a little over 27. This guy is about 26.5. So really, really similar. Actually, that looks just about the same exact pattern as the Husqvarna. You can see in the handles there. Let me put a bit down. You can see the dimensions there, how they look. And I asked them to send one out prior to the show we were going to because I wanted to check it out and look at it. So if I had any questions when we actually meet them there at the show that I could ask them about it. So on this model, let's look at the profile. So yeah, that's pretty much a felling bit. You can see that the Husqvarna, which I make like a little bit more, has that deeper, what do I want to call that, recess right there. Now that's handy if you're trying to do any sort of handwork with your axe. You can choke up on it a little bit higher. So not quite that same bit. Now, Holtz Brooks also makes I think it's called the Kisa model, K-I-S-A, which is very similar to this. But on this one, they've obviously got the paint on there, some sort of varnish for protection on it. This is meant to be a workhorse. I am a sucker. I love these, of course I'm forgetting the name of it right now. Instead of the traditional pins that they use when hafting an axe there, they use those circle ones. The Husqvarna has that also. The traditional ones just use those pins, if you can see right there. All right, so first impressions on the grind. You can see there in the shine that it has that really dramatic secondary bevel there. Now that is a pretty steep angle, obviously, to try to preserve the edge there. Now let's take a look. From a geometry standpoint, I don't know if you can see this there, but I'll try to get a little background there. The profile of this Husqvarna is much thinner. That'll help it bite in deeper when you swing it. This one is not as thin, which would lend it more toward a little bit more, splitting type action. There's a fairly decent difference there in that geometry. Now let's see if the edge, how it came. It's a serviceable edge. I don't think we can shave with that guy. Maybe we can. I might have popped a couple hairs there. It's not quite shaving sharp, but it's still definitely serviceable and good to take it out. A few passes on the strop, you'd have a razor edge on there. Now it came with something, and I think that's probably just dye from the leather that came off. I thought it was rust when I first pulled it out, but that looks just like a little bit of dye from the leather that's on the bevel right there. Now, from an axe standpoint, that looks like a flat grind. That secondary bevel looks flat, doesn't look convex at all, which I would prefer it to be convex. So if I were, to take this and put a lot of work on it, I'd probably try to reprofile it just a touch, take it, convex that over a little bit to protect that edge, and maybe thin it out just a little bit there. But again, this should be totally serviceable. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to take it out and work on it right now. I just wanted to show you what the unboxing was like. So here's the Agdor. That's the branding that they're using, and it's made by Holtzbroeks in Sweden. Now, when I checked, I think the Rockwell hardness they're going on the edge is somewhere in the 50 to 55 range, I think. So still hard enough to hold a decent edge, but soft enough to where it won't shatter if you have a bad strike on it. Made in Sweden. Again, American hickory. They have it painted. It's intended to be a good, serviceable workhorse. And the economy line. Overall, I like it. If I was actually going out and doing some serious felling work, where I was actually trying to chop down some trees, I'd want that thinner bit like I've got on my Husqvarna, probably my Wetterlings too. You know what, this is actually closer. Yeah, that's a little bit closer to my Wetterlings profile. The Wetterlings is obviously a smaller axe head, you can see there proportionally. But great boys axe. Obviously, this would be something quality that you could get for a young man to learn on and not be terribly worried about them breaking it up. Again, with this thinner profile, it's going to be a little bit more delicate when I'm talking about my Husqvarna there. There it is. Let me know if you got any questions. Type them down. I'll try to find out. Again, I don't know that much about these yet because, again, they just sent this to me and I unboxed it in front of you. It comes with a booklet tied on. Oh, lots of good information here. Axe is built with Holtzbroek, craftsmanship with tradition, Swedish, 300-year history. The Agdor range was inspired by traditional North American axe patterns. So I saw one that looked like the kind of Hudson Bay pattern on there. We may end up getting one of those as well. This is more the felling axe. They've also got another one that's more of just the splitting wedge, so kind of the straight maul type. Decent little book. I didn't get with this with any of my other axes. Some of the history, a map of where they're made. And that's about it. This was not really a scripted video, guys. I just wanted to show you what was going on and let you know we're going to be talking to these guys. So if you have any questions about the Agdor, the Holtzbroeks, anything like that, it's the name of the importer is called Sport Hansa, and they import heli knives as well. I've got a couple of those, as well as the Holtzbroek stuff and some other things. So if you have any questions for that particular vendor, put it down in the comments and we'll be sure to ask when we see them here in a few weeks. There's the Agdor. That has got some heft on it. yeah, from everything I'm seeing here, let's actually check the grain. Yep, nice straight grain. So you can see, let me see if I can get some good lighting there. You can see that the grain is following, it's going parallel with the actual axe head, and that's what you want to look for. If you see that grain that's going crossways with the axe head, that can lead to some issues. This is generally what you're looking for. So yeah, good grain alignment. American hickory, which we all know is going to hold up well. It doesn't feel like they coated it much. I think they put a linseed coating on it, but I'll probably do a couple more coatings on it. You can see on my Husqvarna that I put a lot of work on that. I've put several coats on there, as well as you can see the dirt that's just kind of worked its way in there, and the overstrike leather there. Anyway, look forward to hear what you have to say. Let me know if you've got questions to ask the vendor. And until next time, in OMNIA PARATUS.